Akira found herself in the solitude of the classroom. There, she reclined on the table, indulging in her favorite tunes on her phone. However, her tranquil state was interrupted by the insistent chime of an alarm, serving as a gentle reminder that duty called. While preparing herself for work, a well-meaning friend sought her attention, longing for a conversation. Unfortunately, time slipped away unnoticed, and Akira departed for work without realizing her friend's unfulfilled desire for a heartfelt chat. However, she missed the bus, so she had to resort to running and even trekking to reach her workplace. After a while, she finally arrived at her destination and hurriedly changed into her work uniform since she worked at a cafe. Once she was dressed appropriately, she diligently attended to the customers, serving them their desired food. As time passed, Akira and the rest of the staff observed a noteworthy trait in their 45-year-old manager, Mr. Kondo. He consistently strived to ensure the utmost satisfaction of every customer, going to great lengths to apologize whenever they felt uncomfortable. While the other staff members engaged in varied discussions about Mr. Kondo's behavior, Akira remained unusually quiet, her gaze fixated upon him with a mix of surprise and admiration, revealing her profound affection towards him. A few minutes later, during Akira's break, she noticed a young boy in the office. Curiosity piqued, she shared her observation with her colleagues, who confirmed that the child was indeed Mr. Kondo's, as they bore a striking resemblance. Akira was taken aback to learn that Mr. Kondo was married. Nonetheless, she made an effort to assist Mr. Kondo's son with his recorder practice. The following day, during their break time, Akira found herself sitting alone. However, her friends joined her, suggesting they eat together. As they enjoyed their meal, the soccer team captain caught the attention and admiration of the other girls, but Akira seemed disinterested. Instead, she described her preferences for men and abruptly left her friends behind. Unbeknownst to her, the rest of Akira's team deeply missed her presence. After the school hour had ended, she arrived at work as usual, and after working diligently for a while, she entered the office to finally take a break and satisfy her hunger. As she prepared to enjoy her meal, her eyes caught sight of Mr. Kondo's shirt, which instantly triggered a flood of memories. It took her back to a special moment in time when Mr. Kondo had treated her with genuine care, providing her a comforting cup of tea while raindrops gently fell outside. The sight of his shirt evoked a rush of emotions and vivid recollections, deepening her connection to that cherished memory. However, as the evening hours unfolded, raindrops began to fall, enveloping the surroundings in a soothing rhythm. It was during this moment that Mr. Kondo, ever considerate, distributed umbrellas to each of his dedicated staff members. When he approached Akira to offer her an umbrella, she surprisingly produced her own, signaling her preparedness for the rain. Once the others had departed, Akira approached Mr. Kondo and disclosed the number of days she would be available for work in the upcoming month, mindful of her part-time position. As Akira prepared to bid farewell to the cafe, a thought occurred to her. She mustered the courage to inquire about Mr. Kondo's social media username, hoping to establish a connection beyond their professional relationship. However, it became apparent that he was unfamiliar with the concept of a username, leaving Akira somewhat disheartened. Respecting his lack of knowledge, she decided not to press the matter any further and silently left the cafe, carrying her unexpressed desire with her. However, amidst the normal daily activities taking place in the bustling restaurant, Mr. Kondo, the dedicated and attentive manager, gathers all the staff members together to introduce a new addition to the team, a part-timer named Yoshizawa. As Mr. Kondo introduces Yoshizawa, the atmosphere becomes filled with curiosity and anticipation. Akira Takabana, an employee at the restaurant and Yui's classmate, observes the unfolding scene with a keen eye. Yui, captivated by Yoshizawa's presence, finds herself immediately drawn to him, developing an instant crush as her interest peaks. The introduction of Yoshizawa brings an element of excitement and potential romance into the dynamic of the restaurant. As the pace of the day slows down at the cafe, creating a more relaxed atmosphere, Yui, being the lively and creative individual that she is, proposes a game to her friends and colleagues. This game involves each person sharing something that makes their hearts flutter, evoking a sense of joy or excitement within them. It's a playful and intimate activity intended to deepen their connection and understanding of one another. However, as the game begins and everyone takes turns sharing their heartfelt moments, Akira Takabana's attention quickly shifts when she catches sight of Mr. Kondo, her manager, entering the cafe. At that moment, her focus becomes fixed on him, and a complex mixture of emotions fills her. She finds herself unable to openly discuss her feelings, perhaps due to a mix of shyness, hesitation, or even a fear of vulnerability. Akira's choice to avoid sharing her own experiences adds a layer of intrigue and hints at the possibility of deeper emotions she harbors for Mr. Kondo. It highlights her internal struggle and suggests that her feelings may be significant and potentially complicated, creating a sense of anticipation and curiosity for what may transpire in their relationship. Amidst the bustling activities of their shift at the cafe, an incident occurs when a customer inadvertently leaves his cell phone behind. Akira Takabana, ever vigilant and attentive, quickly informs Mr. Kondo, the dedicated manager, about the forgotten device. Understanding the importance of returning the phone to its rightful owner, Mr. Kondo endeavors to capture the customer's attention. Despite the challenge of the customer riding a bike, oblivious to his misplaced belonging. While Mr. Kondo decides to wait patiently for the customer's return, Akira takes it upon herself to embark on a determined pursuit. With unwavering resolve, she navigates through the bustling streets, chasing after the unaware customer. Demonstrating agility and determination, Akira successfully catches up to him, intercepting his attention and delivering the news of his forgotten cell phone. While walking back to the cafe, Takabana suddenly collapses in pain. Concerned, Mr. Kondo takes her to a nearby clinic to get her ankle checked. This incident creates an opportunity for them to spend some time together outside of work. After the day's events, Takabana finds herself in a reflective mood. Suddenly, her phone rings, and to her surprise, it's Mr. Kondo on the other end. Concerned for her well-being, he calls to check on her after the incident. This unexpected gesture touches Takabana deeply, as she realizes the depth of care and consideration Mr. Kondo has for his staff. The phone call serves as a reminder of the strong bond and support that exists within their professional relationship, leaving Takabana feeling grateful and reassured. The following day, Mr. Kondo visits Takabana's house to apologize to her mother regarding the previous day's incident. During the conversation, Takabana inadvertently confesses her feelings, but Mr. Kondo misunderstands her confession as general affection rather than romantic love. These developments add complexity to the relationship between Takabana and Mr. Kondo. Takabana's actions demonstrate her willingness to go above and beyond for someone she cares about, while Mr. Kondo's misinterpretation leaves their true feelings unspoken, further fueling the emotional tension between them. As time goes on, Takabana finds herself caught in a swirl of emotions as she dreams about the events of the previous day. She ponders over her confession and wonders if she should have expressed her feelings differently. The weight of uncertainty lingers in her mind as she heads home from school. As Takabana makes her way home, a member of the track team spots her and extends an invitation to join them on the field. Intrigued yet hesitant, she accepts and finds herself observing the team from a distance. The sight of their spirited practice triggers a flood of memories from her own time as a part of the team, evoking a mix of nostalgia, longing, and perhaps even a hint of regret. Overwhelmed by the intensity of these recollections, Takabana's emotions get the better of her, leading her to abruptly decide to leave. At that moment, she feels a sense of disconnection from the camaraderie and sense of belonging she once cherished as a member of the track team. It becomes clear that the memories and emotions associated with her past experiences on the team are too potent for her to confront at this time. With a heavy heart, Takabana turns her back on the field, leaving behind the familiar faces and the shared passion that defined her track and field days. The decision to depart signifies a temporary retreat from the past, an emotional self-preservation that allows her to navigate the present without being overwhelmed by the weight of her memories. As the track team suggests eating at the family restaurant where Takabana works, she initially declines curtly. However, realizing her abruptness, she backtracks and offers the excuse that the restaurant is too far away. With a lingering sense of unease, she departs, only to be met with the sudden onset of rain. As the rain intensifies, Takabana's mind drifts to a memory of her ankle injury during track practice. It was during this time that she first encountered Mr. Kondo. The memory resurfaces, highlighting the impact he had on her life. The rain continues to pour, symbolizing the emotional storm raging within Takabana. In a twist of fate, as Takabana walks through the rain, she coincidentally crosses paths with Mr. Kondo, who is outside smoking. Sensing her distress, he implores her to come inside. However, Takabana, unable to contain her emotions any longer, confesses her feelings once again and walks away, leaving Mr. Kondo in a state of shock. The following day at work, Takabana resumes her duties, seemingly back to her usual self. Meanwhile, Mr. Kondo is left contemplating whether the events of the previous night were a prank or a dream. Confusion and curiosity mingle in his mind as he tries to make sense of Takabana's confession and her subsequent demeanor. After work, Mr. Kondo takes the unexpected step of driving Takabana to the train station. During the ride, he seizes the opportunity to engage in a heartfelt conversation, urging her to reconsider her feelings. With genuine concern and a desire for understanding, he seeks to untangle the complex emotions that have brought them to this point. The journey becomes a pivotal moment of introspection for both Takabana and Mr. Kondo, as they delve into the depths of their hearts and explore the possibilities that lie before them. Their exchange is marked by vulnerability, empathy, and a shared longing for connection. As they arrive at the train station, the outcome of their conversation remains uncertain. The air is thick with unspoken words and unanswered questions. Yet, amidst the lingering uncertainty, there is a glimmer of hope, as Takabana and Mr. Kondo continue to navigate the intricate web of their emotions, contemplating the path that lies ahead. However, after a while, Takabana and Mr. Kondo find themselves in a conversation, where they discuss Mr. Kondo's earlier suggestion about the possibility of going on a date to assess their compatibility. However, Mr. Kondo clarifies that his suggestion was meant to be hypothetical rather than a serious proposition. Despite his attempt to clarify his intentions, Takabana remains insistent on pursuing an actual date with him. Interestingly, Mr. Kondo's initial reluctance gives way to a surprising acceptance of Takabana's proposition. This shift in his response may stem from a genuine intrigue and curiosity about where this unexpected turn of events could lead. It is possible that Takabana's persistence and her willingness to explore their compatibility intrigue Mr. Kondo, prompting him to agree to the date despite his initial reservations. The evolving dynamic between Takabana and Mr. Kondo showcases the complexities of their relationship. Takabana's persistent pursuit of a real date demonstrates her growing interest and desire to explore a romantic connection with Mr. Kondo. On the other hand, Mr. Kondo's eventual agreement reveals his willingness to entertain the possibility of a deeper relationship with Takabana, perhaps fueled by a sense of curiosity and the potential for a meaningful connection. This exchange sets the stage for the unfolding of their relationship, creating a sense of anticipation and uncertainty about the path they are embarking upon. It leaves the reader wondering how this unexpected turn of events will shape their interactions and whether it will lead to a deeper bond or unexpected challenges for both Takabana and Mr. Kondo. Meanwhile, Takabana's coworker, Case, nurtures inappropriate thoughts and fantasies about her. Unaware of his intentions, Takabana innocently allows Case to peruse one of her school textbooks, inadvertently exposing her doodles that reveal her deep interest in Mr. Kondo. Realizing her vulnerability, Case seizes the opportunity to manipulate the situation to his advantage, striking a deal with Takabana. He promises to keep her secret about her infatuation with Mr. Kondo if she agrees to go on a date with him. Both Takabana's dates, one with Mr. Kondo and the other with Case, occur in the same venue, but the experiences couldn't be more different. Her date with Case turns out to be revolting and uncomfortable, leaving Takabana feeling repulsed and full of regret. The stark contrast in emotional connection and compatibility between Takabana and Case becomes apparent, emphasizing the depth of her feelings for Mr. Kondo and the lack of compatibility with Case. This stark juxtaposition heightens the significance of Takabana's connection with Mr. Kondo and raises questions about the future of their relationship. In stark contrast, Takabana's date with Mr. Kondo unfolds flawlessly. The atmosphere is filled with warmth, genuine connection, and a sense of harmony. The chemistry between them is palpable, creating an experience that Takabana finds immensely enjoyable and perfect in every way. As the dates progress, Case takes advantage of the opportunity to voice his opinion, suggesting that Takabana should abandon her pursuit of Mr. Kondo and instead explore romantic relationships with people her age. His suggestion carries a hint of jealousy and possessiveness, fueled by his unrequited desires for Takabana. Takabana goes on 2 dates, one with Mr. Kondo and the other with Case, taking place in the same location. However, the experiences are vastly different. Her date with Case is unpleasant and leaves her feeling disgusted and regretful, highlighting their lack of emotional connection and compatibility. In contrast, her date with Mr. Kondo is perfect, deepening her feelings for him. The stark contrast between the two dates emphasizes Takebane's strong bond with Mr. Kondo and raises questions about the potential future of their relationship. The narrative delves into the complexities of romantic relationships, exploring themes of age, compatibility, and personal desires. It showcases the stark contrast between a genuine connection and a superficial encounter, highlighting the importance of emotional resonance and shared experiences in forming meaningful relationships. Takebana, a character in the story, finds herself in a heartwarming situation when Yudo, her coworker, introduces his new pet hamster to the staff at the restaurant. Yudo mentions that he plans to walk home alone, which raises concerns among the staff. Takebana, being a caring individual, offers to accompany him on his way. Once their shift ends, Takebana accompanies Yudo to Mr. Kondo's apartment, hoping to find him there. However, they discover that Mr. Kondo is not present. Takebana takes the initiative and decides to prepare a meal for Yudo instead. As they share this meal, they engage in a meaningful conversation, during which Takebana learns about Yudo's father's passion for literature. This moment not only shows Takebana's kind and nurturing nature, but also reveals her willingness to go beyond her duties to care for others. Despite Mr. Kondo's absence, she takes charge and ensures Yudo's well-being by preparing a meal and providing him with companionship. It highlights Takebana's genuine concern for those around her and her ability to connect with people on a deeper level. Unexpectedly, Yudo suggests a surprise for Mr. Kondo, and Takebana willingly hides in a closet. When Mr. Kondo arrives and agrees to take care of the hamster, Takebana bursts out of the closet, overwhelmed by the heat, and collapses. In an attempt to help, Yudo accidentally spills a drink on Takebana's shirt. Showing his kindness, Mr. Kondo lends her one of his t-shirts and heads to the laundromat. As the rain begins to pour, Takebana and Yudo decide to show their appreciation by bringing an umbrella to Mr. Kondo, who had previously taken care of Yudo's hamster. It's at this moment that Takebana takes the opportunity to open up about her genuine desire to get to know Mr. Kondo better. She expresses her sincere interest in understanding him on a deeper level, indicating a growing connection between them. This heartfelt conversation between Takebana and Mr. Kondo marks a significant turning point in the story. It brings a sense of warmth and acceptance to the restaurant's atmosphere as the staff members engage in lighthearted conversations with Mr. Kondo, revolving around the hamster. This newfound camaraderie creates a lighter mood and fosters a sense of belonging for Mr. Kondo, who finally feels accepted by his team. For the first time, he allows himself to enjoy the company and connection with his colleagues. The act of Takebana sharing her desire to know Mr. Kondo better demonstrates her growing admiration for him and her willingness to bridge the gap between them. It also shows the positive impact she has on the dynamics within the restaurant, bringing about a more inclusive and supportive environment. In the lighthearted and playful atmosphere of the restaurant, Takebana interrupts the camaraderie, asserting her authority and reminding everyone of their duties. She brings the focus back to work and reiterates her commitment to maintaining the smooth functioning of the establishment. Takebana's interruption showcases her strong-willed nature and determination to uphold her responsibilities. By urging Mr. Kondo to come to her for help with the hamster in the future, Takebana establishes her willingness to support him and demonstrates her genuine care for the well-being of the team. Despite the interruption, her actions highlight her dedication to creating a productive and organized work environment. This interaction underscores Takebana's ability to balance her desires and emotions with her professional obligations. It shows her commitment to being a responsible team member and a reliable presence in the restaurant. On this heartwarming and eventful day, Takebana not only bonds with Yudo and Mr. Kondo but also demonstrates her commitment to her work. Through her actions, she reveals her willingness to support and care for those around her, while also hinting at her growing feelings for Mr. Kondo. The story showcases the complexity of relationships, the importance of communication, and the development of connections in unexpected circumstances. Haruka and Takebana had been friends for a while, and their connection was strengthened when they both ended up attending the same high school. Haruka had always admired Takebana's determination and kind-hearted nature. One day, Haruka noticed Takebana with another girl named Yui. They seemed to be enjoying each other's company, which made Haruka feel a pang of jealousy. However, instead of dwelling on her negative emotions, she decided to reminisce about their journey together. As Takebana was walking past a group of girls, she overheard them discussing a peculiar rumor. According to them, possessing a rare character from a popular keychain series could somehow bring someone closer to the person they liked. Intrigued by the possibility, Takebana's curiosity was piqued. Driven by a mix of hope and excitement, Takabana went to a nearby dispenser to try her luck at obtaining the elusive rare character. She inserted the required coins and turned the crank with anticipation. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to pull the rare character. Disappointed, Takabana stood there, contemplating her failed attempt. Just then, Haruka appeared, having witnessed Takabana's unsuccessful endeavor. Sensing her friend's disappointment, Haruka approached her with a warm smile and offered to accompany her for a while. Takabana gladly accepted the gesture, feeling comforted by Haruka's presence. As they walked together, Haruka began to reminisce about their shared passion for running. She recounted the times they had trained together, pushing each other to reach new heights. Their mutual love for running had brought them closer, creating an unbreakable bond. Inspired by their shared memories, Haruka decided to surprise Takabana. She discreetly visited the dispenser once more, determined to obtain the rare character her friend had desired. This time, luck was on her side, and she successfully pulled out the secret character. Filled with excitement, Haruka couldn't wait to give the rare character to Takabana. She prepared a heartfelt note, expressing their friendship and the importance Takabana held in her life. When the moment was right, Haruka presented the secret character and the note to Takabana, who was overwhelmed by the kind gesture. Takabana felt a rush of emotions upon receiving the gift. It was a symbol of their deep connection and the efforts Haruka was willing to make to see her smile. Touched by the genuine friendship they shared, Takabana embraced Haruka, grateful for having such a caring friend by her side. In another turn of events, Takabana happened to encounter Mr. Kondo, a teacher at their school, while visiting the library. Feeling comfortable in his presence, she approached him and asked for book recommendations. However, instead of suggesting specific books, Mr. Kondo advised Takabana to explore her interests and find a book that truly captivated her. Taking his advice to heart, Takabana started browsing through the library shelves, searching for a book that would ignite her curiosity. Meanwhile, Mr. Kondo's demeanor noticeably dampened as he stumbled upon a book written by someone he was familiar with. It seemed to evoke some painful memories or emotions within him. Noticing Mr. Kondo's change in behavior, Takabana felt compelled to help. She decided to check out the book that had affected him, hoping to understand its significance. Along with that, she selected a couple of books for herself, eager to embark on new literary adventures. As Takabana left the library with the books in her hands, she couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment. The day had. In a bustling restaurant, the staff members find themselves engrossed in a conversation about creating a group chat. Amidst the chatter, Mr. Kondo, finding a rare moment of respite, delves into the pages of a borrowed book. Takabana, one of the staff members, contemplates mustering the courage to ask Mr. Kondo if they can communicate through text messages, but instead, she decides to inquire about the book he's engrossed in. With a glimmer of interest, Takabana discovers that the book was penned by a friend of Mr. Kondo. Admiration for his connection to the author sparkles in her eyes, but her hopes are quickly dashed as Mr. Kondo despondently dismisses her with an air of sadness. Meanwhile, Takabana's mother, aware of an approaching typhoon, attempts to convince her daughter to stay home from work for safety's sake. However, driven by her strong work ethic or perhaps an underlying desire to see Mr. Kondo, Takabana stubbornly refuses her mother's plea. Disappointment floods Takabana's heart when she arrives at the restaurant and learns that Mr. Kondo is absent, confined to his home due to a nasty cold. The absence of his presence leaves an ache within her. During her break at work, Takabana finds herself joined by Case, a colleague who takes the opportunity to express her concerns about Takabana's pursuit of Mr. Kondo. With a frank and caring demeanor, Case explains that Takabana's advances are causing distress to Mr. Kondo. Takabana's heart sinks as she absorbs the weight of Case's words, realizing the unintended consequences of her actions. However, even with the knowledge of the troubles she has unintentionally caused, Takabana's affection for Mr. Kondo remains unwavering. Defying the raging typhoon outside, she embarks on a perilous journey through the tempestuous weather to reach Mr. Kondo's apartment. To her relief, he graciously opens the door and invites her inside, a silent acknowledgement of the deep bond they share. In the intimate confines of Mr. Kondo's apartment, Takabana finds the courage to confront the elephant in the room. She tentatively raises the question of whether her love for him is problematic, uncertain of what his response may be. To her surprise and delight, Mr. Kondo vehemently denies any issues, assuring her that their connection is not fraught with difficulties. In a tender gesture, he embraces her, not as a lover, but as a cherished friend, their connection strengthening in that shared moment of vulnerability. The following day, Tachibana wakes up to find herself unable to go to work, confined to the warmth of her bed due to the same cold that had afflicted Mr. Kondo. As she lies there, her body weakened by illness, her mind takes a journey into a world of fantasy. In this realm of her imagination, the boundaries that separate reality from the depths of her desires become blurred. In her feverish state, Tachibana envisions the embrace she shared with Mr. Kondo, but her mind adds a touch of intimacy to the scene. Her fantasies intertwine with her physical ailment as if her yearning for something more has become entangled with her weakened state. The line between what is real and what is imagined begins to fade, allowing her to explore the depths of her emotions and the unspoken desires that lie within her heart. Within the realm of her fevered dreams, Tachibana finds solace and a means to express her deepest longings. It is a bittersweet escape from the constraints of reality, a place where she can explore the possibilities that her conscious self might hesitate to embrace. In this vulnerable state, her fantasies provide a temporary respite from the complexities of her emotions, even as they blur the boundaries between what is real and what exists only within the recesses of her imagination. However, Tachibana navigates the complex nuances of her feelings for Mr. Kondo. Through challenges and moments of introspection, she learns the delicate balance between affection and boundaries. The embrace they share becomes a symbol of their unique connection, one that transcends romantic expectations and blossoms into a deep and meaningful friendship. At the restaurant, Mr. Kondo takes a moment to assert that he and Tachibana are just friends, subtly reminding her of the boundaries of their relationship. Meanwhile, Yoshizawa, another staff member, expresses his discontent over Mr. Kondo's criticism of his hair. Sensing his distress, Yui offers to trim his hair, confessing that she aspires to become a hairdresser and wants a chance to be close to Yoshizawa. Caught up in the excitement, Yoshizawa eagerly agrees to Yui's offer. However, Yui privately confides in Tachibana, admitting that she exaggerated her skill as a hairdresser and merely sought an opportunity to spend time with Yoshizawa. Drawing from her own experiences with Mr. Kondo, Tachibana encourages Yui not to lose hope in her pursuit of romance. Determined to strengthen their connection as friends, Tachibana approaches Mr. Kondo with the suggestion of exchanging text messages. She reminds him that they are friends and expresses her desire to communicate more frequently. Meanwhile, Haruka, another student, has an encounter with Yamamoto, the former captain of their school's soccer team. When the conversation veers towards Tachibana, Haruka abruptly leaves, revealing a hidden unease. Realizing Haruka's apprehension, Yamamoto discloses that he stepped down from his role as team captain due to a knee injury. In a heartfelt conversation, he reassures Haruka that Tachibana's absence is not a reflection of her unwillingness to return, drawing from his personal experiences. However, Tachibana and Mr. Kondo find themselves engrossed in a thought-provoking discussion. The topic of their conversation revolves around Tachibana's homework, which focuses on the Rashomon short story. With genuine curiosity and intellectual engagement, they delve into the motivations and complexities of the servant's decision within the narrative. Their minds wander through the moral dilemmas and potential actions they would take if confronted with a similar situation. This exploration of alternate perspectives and ethical considerations catalyzes the deepening of their bond. Through the exchange of thoughts and viewpoints, Tachibana and Mr. Kondo not only analyze the story but also reveal parts of themselves to each other. Their conversation becomes a platform for vulnerability and understanding as they share their interpretations, insights, and personal beliefs. This exchange fosters a profound connection, enabling them to appreciate each other's values and moral compasses. In a separate endeavor to forge meaningful connections, Tachibana extends an invitation to Haruka. She asks Haruka to join her at a festival, aiming to create more memorable moments and foster a deeper sense of companionship and enjoyment between them. This invitation transcends their usual encounters, reflecting Tachibana's desire to strengthen their friendship and create shared experiences. By immersing themselves in the vibrant atmosphere of the festival, they hope to forge lasting memories filled with joy, laughter, and a deeper sense of connection. In this unfolding story of friendships and unspoken desires, the characters navigate the complexities of their emotions and the boundaries of their relationships. Tachibana, drawing from her experiences with Mr. Kondo, offers support and encouragement to those around her, urging them not to give up on their romantic pursuits. Haruka, burdened by her fears, finds solace in Yamamoto's understanding and reassurance, finding the courage to face her uncertainties. And Tachibana, seeking to deepen her connection with Mr. Kondo, initiates conversations that delve into their shared interests and values. However, these characters grapple with their hopes and dreams, discovering that sometimes the most profound connections can emerge from unexpected places. In the backdrop of their daily lives and interactions, they strive to nurture their friendships, explore their desires, and find solace in the support and understanding of those around them. However, as the story continues, the complexities of relationships and the intricacies of human emotions take center stage. Takabana and Haruka find themselves attending a festival together, seeking to strengthen their bond. However, an unexpected encounter with Mr. Kondo diverts Takabana's attention and sets off a chain of events that will test the limits of their friendship. As Takabana and Haruka become fully engrossed in the vibrant and lively festival, relishing each other's company, Takabana's attention is suddenly captured by the sight of Mr. Kondo, who happens to be accompanied by his son. This unexpected encounter acts as a catalyst, stirring a whirlwind of intense emotions within Takabana. Overwhelmed by this surge of feelings, she withdraws into herself, becoming distant and losing herself in a tumultuous sea of thoughts. Haruka, ever perceptive and attuned to Takabana's emotional state, discerns the turmoil brewing within her. Seeking to address the unspoken tension, Haruka attempts to initiate a conversation about Takabana's feelings. However, Takabana instinctively resists, building a barrier around her emotions and refusing to confront the depths of her internal struggles. Faced with this resistance, Haruka is left grappling with her uncertainties, unsure of how to breach the emotional fortress that Takabana has erected. In this poignant moment, Takabana's reluctance to acknowledge and address her emotions underscores her inner conflict. She is grappling with conflicting desires and fears, hesitant to unravel the tangled web of her feelings. The decision to keep her inner turmoil locked away reflects her apprehension and the complexity of the emotions swirling within her. Takabana's reluctance to open up creates a barrier between her and Haruka, intensifying the growing distance between them and heightening the emotional tension within their relationship. The tension between Takabana and Haruka escalates as the festival unfolds. Haruka accuses Takabana of being the cause of the rift in their relationship, as the once close friends struggle to find their footing in the face of their changing circumstances. Takabana, forced to confront the reality of their situation, explains to Haruka that things can never be the same as before. This revelation brings Haruka to tears, the weight of their unspoken feelings straining their once solid friendship. Meanwhile, Mr. Kondo takes a solitary stroll down memory lane, visiting a restaurant he frequented during his college days. It is there that he encounters an old classmate named Chihiro, sparking a conversation filled with nostalgia and shared memories. They discuss a book that Chihiro had lent Mr. Kondo from the library, revealing a hidden aspect of Mr. Kondo's life. He has secretly continued his writing hobby in his spare time. This glimpse into Mr. Kondo's world unveils a layer of complexity to his character, and hints at the depth of his journey. Back at school, Haruka continues to avoid Takabana, unable to bridge the emotional gap that has formed between them. Sensing Takabana's melancholy demeanor at the restaurant, Mr. Kondo takes the opportunity to inquire about her well-being. Takabana confides in him, sharing the strained situation with Haruka and the growing distance between them. Mr. Kondo, ever the wise observer, directs Takabana's attention to the enchanting supermoon illuminating the night sky. Drawing from his recent encounter with Chihiro, he imparts his wisdom, suggesting that just as he and Chihiro managed to reconnect despite their differences, Takabana too can rekindle her friendship with Haruka. Encouraging her to embrace hope, Mr. Kondo reminds Takabana that relationships, like the phases of the moon, can go through periods of growth and distance. Moved by his words, Takabana gazes up at the resplendent supermoon, pouring her heart into a wish for a renewed connection with Haruka. At this moment, she embraces the idea that friendships can endure even during times of change and turmoil. At this point, the characters find themselves at a crossroads, grappling with their own emotions and the shifting dynamics of their relationships. The festival has tested their bonds, revealing hidden truths and unspoken desires. With the supermoon as a symbol of hope and transformation, Takabana and Haruka embark on a journey to rediscover the strength of their friendship, ready to face the challenges and uncertainties that lie ahead. Takabana's discovery of an advertisement for a second-hand book fair sets in motion a series of events that shape her connection with Mr. Kondo. Intrigued by the prospect of exploring books together, she extends an invitation to Mr. Kondo, hoping to benefit from his literary insights and recommendations. During their visit to the book fair, Mr. Kondo unexpectedly encounters a familiar face, the owner of a local bookstore. The two old acquaintances share a captivating anecdote with Tachibana, recounting the story of the world's shortest letter. This legendary correspondence involved Victor Hugo, the renowned author of Les Miserables, who wrote a letter to his publisher consisting of a single question mark. To Hugo's delight, the publisher's response was a resounding exclamation mark. Embracing the spirit of this brief but meaningful exchange, Tachibana and Mr. Kondo continue their interaction through text messages after Mr. Kondo momentarily disappears. In a delightful twist, their correspondence mirrors the style of the world's shortest letter, with short and playful messages that capture their shared enthusiasm and affection. Amidst these unfolding events, Haruka, Tachibana's close friend, feels the weight of a growing emotional distance between them. She becomes acutely aware of the subtle shifts in their relationship, sensing that Tachibana is preoccupied with something beyond their usual connection. Haruka's longing for closeness and understanding further highlights Tachibana's underlying tensions. In a separate development, Tachibana visits a clinic and receives the news that her injury has healed, signaling the possibility of her return to track and field. However, despite the physical recovery, Tachibana displays a lack of interest in pursuing rehabilitation and resuming her athletic pursuits. This revelation hints at deeper emotional struggles and personal dilemmas that she grapples with. As the story progresses, Mr. Kondo stumbles upon a television interview featuring Chihiro, an old friend of his. Witnessing Chihiro's successful career as a writer, Mr. Kondo reminisces about their shared passion for writing and reflects on the divergent paths their lives have taken. This encounter serves as a reminder of the choices and sacrifices individuals make on their respective journeys. In another poignant moment, Tachibana and Mr. Kondo discover a bookmark adorned with the silhouette of a swallow, a symbol that holds significance for both of them. The sight of the bookmark triggers Mr. Kondo's recollection of a swallow's nest that once adorned the exterior of the restaurant. Intrigued by Tachibana's musings, he ponders the fate of a swallow that cannot leave its nest. Mr. Kondo offers a poignant response, suggesting that while some happiness may be found in choosing to stay behind, the innate longing to explore the vast expanse of the sky would persist. Inspired by their shared contemplation, Tachibana expresses her heartfelt hopes to Mr. Kondo. She encourages him to rekindle his passion for writing novels, conveying her eagerness to read and experience his literary creations. This exchange further strengthens the bond between Tachibana and Mr. Kondo, as they navigate the complexities of their journeys while finding solace and support in one another's presence. With each interaction, discovery, and shared moment, Tachibana and Mr. Kondo's connection deepens, guided by a shared love for literature, profound introspection, and the gentle exploration of their emotions. Their story unfolds as they navigate personal challenges, seek solace in their shared experiences, and embark on a path of self-discovery where the power of words and understanding bridges the gaps between their hearts. At the track practice, Haruka receives news about Kurata, a fellow student at Nanhai, who despite suffering from the same injury as Tachibana, has recently achieved a personal best in the 100-meter race. This revelation inspires Haruka and reinforces her determination to not give up on her friend. She firmly believes that Tachibana can overcome her struggles and regain her passion for track and field. Meanwhile, Tachibana takes a step toward reshaping her future by submitting a shift request for November. However, Mr. Kondo hesitates to accept her request due to her already heavy workload at the restaurant. Concerned about her well-being, he worries that she might not have enough time to pursue other interests or activities outside of work. During this critical juncture, Haruka pays a surprise visit to Tachibana at her workplace. Fueled by her unwavering belief in Tachibana's potential, she confronts her friend and shares the inspiring story of Kurata's perseverance. Haruka hopes that by hearing about Kurata's achievements despite their shared injuries, Tachibana will find the motivation to return to track and field. Meanwhile, Mr. Kondo receives news that one of Chihiro's books is being adapted into a film. Intrigued by the development, Chihiro makes an unannounced visit to Mr. Kondo's apartment, leading to a heartfelt conversation over coffee and writing exercises. As they bond over their shared passion for writing, Mr. Kondo congratulates Chihiro on the film adaptation. However, Chihiro reveals that he despises his novel, confessing that he only wrote it because he believed it would be commercially successful. In response, Mr. Kondo acknowledges that he cannot revert to his previous style of writing. He believes that his writing journey has taken a different direction, shaped by his personal growth and experiences. Yet, Chihiro challenges Mr. Kondo's perspective, suggesting that his choice to evolve as a writer is a matter of willpower rather than impossibility. After Chihiro shares his honest sentiments about his writing, Mr. Kondo experiences a profound emotional response. Chihiro's words resonate deeply within him, stirring a dormant passion and reigniting his creative spirit. The impact of Chihiro's sincerity and the belief that he can make a deliberate choice to change his approach to writing proved to be pivotal for Mr. Kondo. Feeling a surge of inspiration, Mr. Kondo feels compelled to take action. He reaches out to the tool that has the power to convey his thoughts and imagination, the pen. As he picks it up, it symbolizes a symbolic act of reclaiming his identity as a writer. It represents a willingness to confront his inner demons and move past the barriers of self-doubt that had plagued him before. With renewed determination, Mr. Kondo embarks on a fresh chapter in his literary journey. He embraces the creative process with an open heart and mind, unburdened by preconceived notions or expectations. He allows his imagination to guide him, exploring new avenues and possibilities in his writing. The following day, Mr. Kondo approaches Takabana once again, inquiring if there is truly nothing else she desires to pursue. Takabana, consumed by frustration and anger, firmly insists that there is nothing else that holds her interest or passion. However, her vehement response hints at the underlying turmoil she faces in reconciling her past dreams with her current reality. This pivotal moment reflects the inner struggle Takabana experiences as she grapples with her aspirations, the weight of expectations, and the fear of venturing into uncharted territories. It catalyzes for her to confront her deepest desires and reevaluate her path. The intertwined narratives of Takabana, Mr. Kondo, Haruka, and Chihiro highlight the transformative power of self-discovery, resilience, and the pursuit of one's true passions. As they navigate their journeys, they learn to confront their fears, break free from self-imposed limitations, and embrace the courage to pursue what truly ignites their hearts. As Haruka reflects on her decision to visit Takabana at the restaurant, she begins to question its wisdom. Doubt creeps in, suggesting that perhaps it was a mistake to disrupt the boundaries between their personal and professional lives. Meanwhile, Takabana finds herself on the verge of discarding her school's career path survey, a document that holds significance in shaping her future. However, at the last moment, she experiences a change of heart, deciding against throwing it away and acknowledging the importance of considering her options. Within the workplace, rumors circulate about Mr. Kondo's frequent visits to the head office. Speculation arises that these visits may signify an impending promotion for him. The possibility of advancement stirs curiosity among the staff, generating discussions and conjecture about his future within the company. Amidst these events, a heartfelt conversation unfolds between Yui, who is cutting Yashizawa's hair, and Yashizawa himself. Curiosity leads Yashizawa to inquire about Yui's decision to pursue a career as a hairdresser. Yui reveals that it was Yashizawa who inspired her choice, and he, in turn, encourages her to persevere and remain steadfast in her chosen path. Meanwhile, Mr. Kondo's nights are consumed by his newfound dedication to writing. He immerses himself in the creative process, dedicating his time and energy to crafting his thoughts into words. The allure of storytelling and self-expression captivates him, igniting a passion that had long laid dormant. Haruka reminisces, recalling the time when she and Takabana first encountered Kazuhai. They had shared a vision of participating in track together, fueling their aspirations and promising each other a future intertwined with their shared athletic endeavors. During her break, Takabana encounters Yudo in the office. Yudo confides in her, sharing his desire to learn how to run for his physical education class, motivated by a promise he made to his father. Touched by his determination, Takabana agrees to teach him, recognizing the significance of promises and the impact they can have on one's sense of purpose. In a poignant moment, Mr. Kondo expresses his gratitude to Takabana and opens up about his commitment to writing. He suggests the possibility that Takabana might also have neglected a promise she once made. His words strike a chord within her, prompting introspection and the contemplation of her unfulfilled commitments. As Takabana delves into memories, reminiscing over photographs with Haruka, she comes across a rehabilitation guide. This discovery serves as a catalyst, igniting a spark of determination within her. The guide presents an opportunity for her to revisit her past passion for track and field and explore the possibility of returning to the sport. Mr. Kondo's recent visits to the head office are revealed to have been related to a new restaurant menu, dispelling the speculation about a promotion. Despite this, he must bid farewell to the restaurant and return to his former position. During the transition, he forgets his binder, unwittingly creating an opportunity for Tachibana to cross paths with him outside of the restaurant's confines. As Tachibana heads back towards the restaurant, Mr. Kondo calls out to her, interrupting her retreat. At that moment, she turns to him and he implores her to sprint towards him. A rush of emotions overtakes them as they embrace, symbolizing their shared understanding and the reconciliation of their journeys.